welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this space and to this time where we are trying to learn about igniting the genius of people.
Good morning.
India lost the war to China. That day Lata Mangeshkar sang the song "Ae Mere Watan Ke Logo" for the first time. So when I was growing up, there was this dream of achieving heights, of helping people of our country to hold their head high. And the thought came to me that India would need a lot of material wealth. So I said to myself, businesses are the places where wealth has to be created.
Anil's strong belief is that grow talent has to make a difference to India. When I was little, we guys would just talk and we'd say that, when India raises that bar from a developing country to a developed country, we guys want to be there and we guys really want to make an impact. I see that in grow talent as well. The work that I'm doing and it making a difference not only for the client, but in making our country a better place. So I think that's really cool and that's really different because no other company really does that today.
It's very easy to say that things are okay, are the same across the world, but it is not so. You need to understand the cultural nuances. You need to understand the psyche of the employee, where that employee has grown. And there are those finer nuances which one needs to understand before you start implementing talent processes. And I think to that extent, Grow Talent has the advantage of consultants who have worked in Indian companies in India, who worked in MNCs in India, and therefore we understand the landscape of Asia very well.
And these are the underpinnings of any success. A process can work or not work, you can meet your objectives, your targets, you can win over the market, but there are some underpinnings, there are some basics that that excite people, and I think we have a good understanding of that.
Why grow talent? We'd actually had a couple of potential partners in India that we had talked with. And frankly, we just didn't find a real value match until we found Grow Talent.
So we assess the quality of talent you have inside the company so that you could take considered decisions for developing people, so that people are available just in time into the future when you are expanding your business or diversifying into new areas.
If you're saying you want to do that for the client, we try and practice it for ourselves. So which means that the TAP itself is an inherent part of our recruitment process.
Understanding the talent profiles that you have is not enough. You now need a systematic process, a very well-designed process to develop the leadership capability of people. The most scientific basis for actually growing talent or developing leadership happens through a systematic and sustained process of transformational coaching.
We spend 8 hours of our lives or more in our workplaces, and some of these places are great places to work. They're inspired places to work.
We work with the Great Places to Work Institute in San Francisco so as to measure the amount of trust people have inside the workplace, also how much pride people have in the kind of work that they do, and the kind of camaraderie they experience while working with others. We have an umbrella process that we call change management. This is about helping organizations to create a business vision, It is also about translating that vision into action.
And finally, there's the career transition area where we help people get outplaced. I mean, we like to call it outplacement with a heart.
We tend to work with people. We don't want to support them. We don't want to help them. We just want to enable them, empower them. That is basically the objective, that when we go in once and come out, then they do not need us again.
Very often it becomes not just a client-consultant relationship, but much deeper than that. We end up becoming their personal coach and personal counselors, and the whole gamut. They can trust us completely. That's the kind of relationship we build up. So once that happens, then work really becomes incidental.
I mean, I have a pretty good idea of a lot of the people that work for Grow Talent. I'm more impressed the more I see.
We are a set of people who are a little, in the typical Bombay terms it is called sunky. We are a little sunky, and the reason why I say that is that, most of us, we've left some very glorious jobs to come together out here, and it's come with that particular purpose, and we buy into that dream which Anil had.
All the consultants are very good people with very strong values.
When we were growing up in college, the word businessman was synonymous with corruption. So I said to myself, if we can create workplaces in which people made money based on good values, it would be a wonderful way to create wealth. And we would be able to go to our communities and our families and say, look here, in this country you can make business successful without selling your soul.
We interacted, we spent time together, we dreamt together and came out with a vision for the organization, the mission.
The company stands for honesty, it stands for integrity.
We do not have secrets in this organization.
It stands for creativity, it stands for compassion, care.
For us, it translates into something like saying that I care and love my people. And love essentially for us means living our values eternally. So that translates into the service-mindedness.
We also have a very strong seva bhavna. So at some point it's not a project anymore. It's about relating to the organization and its people.
I'm in Colombo because I'm working on site with the same client. They've also become committed and started taking ownership for the projects. Like initially it was only us who was driving it, but right now it's much more.
This client that I'm working with, it's a vast program, huge program touching the lives of not only just the workers but the local community as well. We went in, they kind of had some people doing some dharna types at the gate. They stopped us, what are you doing here? We said we're from GT. They literally flung open the gates and said, you can just go in, GT is welcome anytime.
A sugar company that we worked for last year, when we went in, there was a sense of despondency. The chairman of the company said, people have lost faith in the company. And now if you go to the same company, you find that there is a tremendous difference in the mindset. People have started believing in themselves. And in the last 6 months, this company has broken all its previous 54 years of records in production and productivity. And you see, this is amazing to me. In 6 months, the whole mood can change so much that even in tangible terms, the results are so much gratifying.
Say hi, no? And look into the camera and say hi. One thing that consistently Anil says is the thing that company believes in is that 10% of whatever profits we make, we will contribute to improving the society. At the time when the company was really young, and to say that we will do this was quite a daring commitment. But the best part is we've been able to keep it up, and this is known upfront even before anyone decides to join Grow Talent. You know that 10% of the work you do. So you also feel good that it's not just about making money, but you're actually doing much more with it.
What's that? That's a flower. Flower or a starfish?
So I personally feel emotionally connected with this larger purpose of Grow Talent, which is also a part of our vision to really do something more than just work in the corporate sector. It's really doing something larger and contributing to the society, giving it back to the society.
So he came in his swimming trunks in and he's searching for the talent pool.
It's a wonderful place to work. It's a great place to work.
Have you ever flown a kite? As we get older, we get inhibited. That's when we lose that childlike innocence which says you can, just like flying the kite, you can achieve heights, you can fly, you can break free.
One thing is branding yourself via advertising and stuff, and Grow Talent really isn't doing that. The other thing is branding yourself by the work you do, and I think it's the latter that's really bringing Grow Talent into the limelight.
I'm going back to referring to Anil over here, because at one point in time I heard him saying that in 10 years time, if you want to know where Grow Talent should be, I won't take pride in saying that we are the third most profitable or the fastest growing HR consulting company and so on. But if we can say that we have occupied a critical mind space in Indian industry, and which means that every interaction any client or anyone from the industry has had with a Grow Talent person, we've left a lasting impression in their mind, even if it means it was just a proposal submission.
It's really beautiful, isn't it?
People like me come and go. The founder is important, but up to a point. The story must go on, the song must be sung after individuals are gone.